welcome everybody to the first Billy Bob's News Blast of 2006. We're starting the new year off right. And to start this News Blast off right, I want to tell you, this show is not necessarily for children. Yeah, we entertained a lot of kids in the 80s, but those kids are grown up now, and this show is for them grown-up kids from the 80s. So if your kids want to hear the News Blast, y'all send me an email and let me know, and maybe I'll do a kiddie show for them. But this is the real news here. It comes right out of the newspaper or some other reputable news source. And, not all news is for kids. In fact, most of it ain't. But since we're all still kids at heart, no matter what decade we grew up in, let's start the news program with a nice, warm story that we would have loved even when we was 5 years old. Hero Cat dials 911 and saves his owner.
Oh boy, we're starting with an animal story.
Yep, and a pretty good one at that. This here cat, named Tommy the kitty cat, got up and dialed 911 when his owner fell out the wheelchair. Hey, you're running pretty good sound today, Looney Bird.
Thank you.
Right in sync with the news story.
I know. I can control the whole thing right from my iPod.
Billy Bob, I have a theory on this one. I think this guy, Rocheson, who fell out the wheelchair, as you put it, he may have actually dialed 911 himself and then gave credit to Tommy the kitty cat, just so he could be famous.
Oh, you're just jealous, Rolf.
Why would I be jealous?
Because you didn't think of it first.
It is a pretty good idea.
Hey, listen here what the newspaper says. Rocheson said he couldn't get up because of the pain from his osteoporosis and his mini-strokes that disrupts his balance. He could not have made that call.
Wow.
He also wasn't wearing his medical alert necklace. He could not have done it with that, and he couldn't reach a cord above his pillow that alerts paramedics that he needs help.
He's probably got a clapper connected to his 911 speed dial.
Looney, it was the cat. The cat dialed 911.
Yeah, well, I'll be impressed when that cat orders a pizza.
Hey, I will too. But let's get to today's adult story, shall we?
Let's not and say we did.
Yeah, let's save that story for a few minutes, Rolf, because we've got to make sure everybody's got the kids out of the room.
Yeah, I think everybody should leave the room before we do this story.
Yeah, well, at any rate, we'll get to that story in a little bit. But first, let's do another kitty story.
Yippee!
What do you mean a kiddie story? You mean another story for little kids?
No, Earl, I told you at the top of the news blast that none of this stuff is for little kids. This is an adult show for kids that grew up in the 80s. I mean another kitty cat story.
Yippee! Another kitty cat story for grown-ups.
That's right. And to commemorate today's special kitty cat theme on today's News Blast, we're doing our show in front of a live studio audience full of kitty cats.
What's new, pussycat? Ow, 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 ow. What's new, pussycat? Oh, God, no!
This is really weird right here.
Miracle Cat survives high-speed 70-mile ride stuck in the underbelly of a sport utility vehicle. Take it, Looney.
Sure thing, Billy Bob. Curiosity didn't kill one cat on a wild ride on the New Jersey Turnpike today. The feline, now known as Miracle, hitchhiked a ride on the underbelly of a sport utility vehicle just before Christmas.
How far did he go before they found him?
The gray and white cat traveled some 70 miles on the turnpike.
Wow, I'm amazed the cat didn't fall off or get blown off.
I'm a little suspicious about this story. It just sounds a little too amazing to me. How do they know that cat didn't just crawl up under that wheel well right before they found it?
Good question, Rolf. You see, the car was moving, it was driving, it was on the interstate, and it was going down the highway for 70 miles when another driver saw the kitty under there and flagged him down and said, "Stop, stop! There's a kitty under the wheel well!"
Are you happy now, Rolf? You're always so suspicious when somebody has a sweet story to tell. You just might as well crawl back into your mold spore, you petri dish.
Earl, that's not how the insult goes.
I don't care.
This cat was pretty freaked out, man. It says his paws were burnt, and one claw was missing, and his fur was singed.
Whoa.
So he had a rough ride.
Yeah, I'd say so, and we're just glad that kitty cat is okay.
Thrilled.
And now I understand they're putting him up for adoption, so wouldn't you like to have that kitty cat?
With my allergies, no thank you.
Rolf, what you being such a jerk for?
Earl, I just think we should get on to our top story. You know, the one that's for adults only.
Well, in good time, Rolf. We gotta tell everybody to tell the kids to leave the room before we do that one. But we got some more stories about animals first.
Yay.
Dog frozen to a rail track is rescued just in time.
Wow!
Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. He's missing a lot of hair, but a Siberian Husky has a new name and a new life thanks to a construction worker and a police officer who rescued him from a railroad track just minutes before the train would have run him over.
Whoa, what happened, Billy Bob? Was he stuck or something?
Yep, he was stuck. In fact, Jeremy Majorkowitsky or whatever thought it was a little strange that the dog had been sitting on the track for an hour and a half in the cold. And it was stranger still that he wouldn't accept a bite of a muffin. He said he had 2 dogs himself, and he didn't want to leave the dog there. He thought there might be something wrong, so he called the police. And then Officer Tim Strand said the dog was shivering unmercifully when he arrived Monday and would not come to him. So he called the animal control officer. Now, they all stood around. That guy's name was Al Haid, and they all stood around, and they thought that they could get the dog to move, but he wouldn't budge. So all of them standing around, they're wondering what to do, and then one of them got the bright idea to lift up his tail. So they're looking under there. They got his tail up and everything, checking out his hindquarters, and they saw that the dog was literally frozen to the tracks.
Oh, my gosh!
Yeah, that's what happened. He was frozen. So anyway, this guy Strand, he pulls hard. He just yanks that dog's tail like it was no tomorrow, and he was able to unfreeze him from the tracks. Well, he didn't exactly unfreeze him. Apparently, the dog lost a lot of fur in the incident, and maybe a little skin.
Ouch!
But he did get loose from the train tracks there, and just a few minutes later, a train came rolling down the tracks that would have squished that sucker flat. Anyway, the dog was then taken to Chippewa County Humane Association, where the workers named him Ice Train.
What a dog.
You know, I don't mean to be critical of those men who saved that dog's life, but there are better ways of unfreezing someone from a railroad track.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, Rolf, don't say it.
As a public service, I must explain that if you are ever frozen to a piece of steel, like, say, the bumper of a car or a railroad track, you should pour some warm liquid on the stuck part.
Where are they supposed to get a warm liquid out there, Rolf?
Let's see, 3 men standing around for an hour trying to figure out how to get a dog unfrozen from a railroad track, and nobody can figure out where they can get a warm liquid to detach the dog from the track. If you ask me, they were a little stupid and a little cruel to pull that dog's tail like that.
Well, they just needed a genius like you out there, Rolf, to explain it to them.
Yeah, well, I bet if one of them was stuck to the railroad tracks, they'd be begging each other for the warm liquid.
All right, I think we better ask the kids to leave the room.
Good call, Looney Bird. But first, let's do a quick update on that South Korean scientist there who was claiming that he was a big cloning expert. You know how he did all that stuff. We reported on it in earlier news blasts, and then all his research came into question. Well, guess what? He didn't do anything. He didn't do a darn thing except one thing. They say he might have cloned the dog that he named Snoopy. So at least there's some good news. Maybe we do get a cloned dog out of the deal, if we need one of them. And now we're going to ask all the kids to leave the room because it's time for us to do a news story that has something to do with some adult stuff called The Birds and the Bees.
Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the moon up above and a thing called love.
Thank you, Billy Bob, for that introduction. I thought we'd never get to this story. Swingers unnerve families at hotel. Parents say young soccer players saw more than they bargained for. Soccer families and swingers do not mix, especially when the parents of adolescent soccer players checked their daughters into a hotel that was hosting a New Year's Eve party for more than 200 self-described swingers who had reserved a downstairs ballroom along with rooms on the 9th floor.
Well, my goodness, Rolf, it sounds bad, but what the heck's a swinger?
Sexually adventurous partygoers, Billy Bob. They sashayed through the glass-enclosed atrium, sometimes flashing breasts and bare buttocks in front of these children.
Oh my, did anybody get hurt?
Well, no, but they described the dress of some of these swingers at the Crown Plaza Hotel Airport in Orlando as raunchy, despicable, and worse than prostitutes.
I'm gonna rock it up and ball tonight.
Looney Bird, I don't appreciate your making light of this news story. Someone could have lost an eye.
Oh, sorry, Rolf. I'll try to be more respectful in the music that I select for your news story here.
Thank you, Looney Bird. I appreciate that. This is my big story. Several hotel employees who spoke on the condition they not be identified said about 200 swingers attended the New Year's Eve party Saturday night. The party was advertised on a swingers website, and participants, some of whom engage in partner swapping and voyeurism, came from across the United States.
Yeah, Billy Bob, I'm here to tell you that the scum of the earth was there Saturday night.
Well, why do you say that, Earl?
'Cause Rolf was there.
I just went to report this story, Billy Bob. I wanted to find out about the seedy underpinnings and goings-on of our society.
Yeah, right, Rolf. Well, why'd you make me go with you?
I couldn't get in without a date, Earl.
Yeah, but it was what you dressed me up in that made me so mad.
Earl, you have a lot to learn about undercover reporting. Now just quiet down and let me finish this story. The kids could see through the glass atrium into the ballroom where there were exposed breasts, thongs, and see-through dresses.
That's what I'm talking about, Rolf. Why'd you make me wear that?
Earl, we had to blend in with all those other perverts.
Yeah, but you traded me off in the middle of the night, and I didn't see you till the next morning.
Earl, I told you I was doing undercover research for this story.
Oh, yeah? Well, then why are you just reading this story out of the newspaper?
I lost my notes.
Oh, yeah, right. Like the dog ate them.
Earl, you have ruined my news story.
Okay, well, you can have your diamond-studded thong back, Rolf.
See if I take you to any more parties.
Like I want to go to another swingers party with you.
Okay, well, then you can just sit home next New Year's Eve.
Well, thanks, Rolf, for that incisive report and some excellent undercover work. So we're going to say goodnight to everybody now, and I'm going to do it in a way that I used to love when I was a little bear and I had a crystal radio and used to listen to it in my ear as I went to sleep at night. And here's the song that would play that used to put old Billy Bob to sleep.
Good night, my love. Pleasant dreams and sleep tight, my love. May tomorrow be sunny and bright and bring you closer to me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Before you go, there's just one thing I'd like to know. Is your love still warm for me, or has it grown cold? If you should awake in the still of night, please have no fear, for I'll be there. You know I care. Please give your love to me, dear, only. Good night, my love. Pleasant dreams and sleep tight, my love. May tomorrow be sunny and bright and bring you closer to